Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be a first impression. So I picked up the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation for some odd reason. I really wanted to try it. And I also wanted to try the Aqua Concealer. So this is the Rainforest of the Sea Aqua Concealer. And then pretty much what started the whole movement of getting these things was the new Tarte Shape Tape Contour Concealer. I really wanted to try this one, and so it kind of moved me to try the other two there. So I am going to apply them today and see how they wear throughout the day. And I'll come back, I guess, you know, several hours later and give you my final thoughts on them. So the first thing I'm going to do is just run through the claims of everything. I'm going to start with the foundation. This foundation contains 1 fluid ounce, which is standard for most foundations, and it retails for $39. It comes in 12 different shades, and I got the shade Tan Sand, which is actually the next to last shade that they carry. So it's supposed to deliver the ultimate in hydration boosting coverage. It is full coverage fluid formula, features 20% water to quench dry skin as it covers and masks any redness, dark spots, and uneven skin tone while softening the look of pores and fine lines. The custom dropper application delivers perfect level moisture-rich coverage in an array of shades to match any skin tone. And it says it has Tarte's antioxidant pack, Rainforest of the Sea complex, and non-chemical SPF 15 sunscreen. It's hypoallergenic, so it helps to restore, brighten, and defend the skin from free radical damage and early signs of aging for smooth, soft, radiant complexion. So next I'm just going to run through the claims for the Rainforest of the Sea Aquacealer Concealer. So the Aqua Concealer is 0.34 fluid ounces and it retails for $26. It comes in 6 shades. I picked up the shade Medium, which is the 4th darkest shade, and it is supposed to be for medium skin with peach undertones. The concealer is supposed to be a lightweight 12-hour concealing serum offering buildable medium coverage with smooth skin smoothing benefits. Alrighty, and lastly I'm just going to run through the Shape Tape Contour Concealer, and this is a vegan-friendly creamy concealer for radiant coverage and contouring. It comes in 6 shades. It is the same size as the Aquacealer, so it's 0.34 fluid ounces and it retails for $24. I picked up the shade Medium, and this is supposed to be for medium skin with peach undertones. The first thing that I'll say is that the concealers are 2 different shades. The Shape Tape Contour Concealer is darker than the Aquacealer, like much darker. So this is the Shape Tape Concealer in medium, and it definitely has more yellow. And then this is the Aquacealer, which it comes in frosted glass, but it definitely has more peach undertones, like it says. This is what the foundation looks like. It comes in that same frosted glass bottle as the Aquacealer, and the Shape Tape comes in a plastic tube, but it's very pretty packaging. I found that a lot of these like watery type of foundations apply best with a sponge. So I'm just going to use a beauty blender to apply it all over my face, and I'm going to use, even though they are 2 different colors, I'm going to use the Tape Shape on one side of my face, and then I'll use the Aquacealer under the other eye just to wear both of them at the same time and see how they work. I am not going to wear a primer because I want to see how it lasts without that, but I will like finish my makeup and then set it because there's no way I can leave without setting my makeup. Alrighty, so I have several dark spots and dark under eye circles, and I'm just going to start out with the foundation here. I really don't know how much to apply, but it's very runny. You can see it there. I'm going to hurry up and try to work with this. And I'm just going to take my beauty blender. This is wet. And start to apply this. Okay, so this is one thin layer. I don't really know if it did much of anything. It definitely didn't cover much, so you can still see my dark spots here. So it is very lightweight if that's what you're looking for, and if you want minimal coverage, then yes. As far as the finish, it's just a little tacky right now, which most foundations are, but it appears to be like a natural finish. I don't think it's like super matte. but it doesn't appear to be dewy right now. I'm gonna see if I can build it up because I want way more coverage than this. This time I'm actually just gonna like swipe it on my face and then blend it out with the Beauty Blender. So now this is a second layer applied. It gave a little bit more coverage. You can kind of still see some of the dark spots on my face. And it claims to be a full coverage foundation, but I'm not getting full coverage results. But it looks nice on the skin. I'm actually gonna go in with a brush and see how the coverage is with that, even though I said normally that these water-based foundations work best with a sponge. I'm just gonna see if it'll give better coverage with a brush. So this is one thin layer on this side of my face applied with a brush, and I don't have nearly as much like acne scarring on this side, so the coverage looks a lot better. But I think it did actually apply better with the brush. I'm gonna put another layer on this side with the brush and see what we get. Okay, so this is 2 layers on my face, Beauty Blender side and flat top kabuki brush side. I think the coverage is definitely buildable. So it starts out as I would say very light medium. I think it's buildable to medium coverage. It has like a just kind of satin finish to it where it's not completely matte, but it isn't, you know, really dewy, I would say. Yeah, so now I'm just gonna take the Rainforest of the Sea Aquacealer and I'm gonna apply that under my left eye here. And I like that this actually comes with this like really big doe foot applicator, so you can just dab it right under, you know, wherever you want to apply it. The sun is just hating right now. Hating. So that blended out pretty nicely, and it's very bright. It's pretty bright, if you can see it there, and it's definitely more of a pink undertone than it is, like a salmon undertone than it is like yellow. The sun is such a hater right now. So now I'm just gonna go in with the Shape Tape Contour Concealer under my right eye, and it has that same really large doe foot applicator. Okay, and you can see the Shape Tape Concealer is much like more coverage than the Aquacealer. I feel like I went in with the same amount. I will say that the Shape Tape Concealer is thicker than the Aquacealer concealer. So yeah, it's pretty bright underneath here. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of the Aquacealer on the other side just to see if I can reach that same amount of brightness. I'm just going to take a picture with like flash right now and see how it looks. It has SPF 15 in it, and I did like forget and use a moisturizer that had SPF 15 in it as well, so there probably will be some type of flashback, but let's just see how bad. I also wanted to just turn my ring light off for a second so you can see it, I guess, more of its natural habitat. But it definitely has some flashback on it. Probably don't wear this if you are looking to take photos, because you're gonna have that ghost face. Yes. But I think it looks pretty darn good actually now that it's like settled and it's like on the skin. I think it looks really good. The concealer is like really dewy underneath my eye, so I obviously would have to set that, but I feel like the rest of it looks pretty good too. And I think the color match is pretty good. So I'm just gonna finish my makeup and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back and I finished my makeup. The only thing that I did was apply bronzer and blush. I just set my makeup with a translucent powder because I didn't want to apply like a colored powder on top of it and give it any more coverage. I wanted to see how this foundation does on its own. Alrighty, so it's currently 7:14. I'll be checking back to show you how the foundation and the concealer I'm wearing and then what my thoughts are. Alrighty, so I will see you guys in a bit. Okay, so I'm back and it is 2:30 in the morning. I've had this makeup on for about 7 hours now and I haven't touched it up. This is the first time I'm like looking in the mirror. I meant to come up here earlier, but I accidentally fell asleep on the couch and then I got up and I was like, oh shucks, I gotta finish that video. So here I am. You can see that I am pretty oily. I'd say really oily like on my chin, which frankly I don't think I get this oily there. And then a little oily on the sides of my nose, which is normal, and then just a little bit oily in the center of my face here. But other than that, I think the foundation held up pretty well as far as lasting. So everything's pretty much still covered. You can still see my bronzer and my blush. I didn't put a highlight on, that's just oily skin problems right there. But everything is still pretty covered. As far as my concealer, I got a little bit of creasing. This is probably gonna be super disgusting, but I do have a little bit of creasing underneath my eyes, like right where I have fine lines, but it's not terrible and it's definitely still there. And I have been scratching around my nose, so because my face was itching, so it's worn away there. But as far as like sinking into my pores, it did on my chin, and a little bit on like my cheeks. So I would definitely use a primer next time to create that barrier in between to hopefully make it so I don't get as oily. So I'm just gonna take an oil blotting sheet and see how it looks after I blot. So I think it looks pretty good after blotting. It did wear away a little bit on my chin. Final thoughts on the foundation. I think it covers pretty well. I like that it's really lightweight and watery. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. I think if I wore a primer underneath, it would definitely help with it sinking into any pores like on my chin, and it also help with like not getting as oily. I am a little like disappointed that they only have 12 shades and this is like the second to darkest shade because I'm not very like dark at all. So I think I would give the foundation like a solid B. And then as far as the concealers, I think I like the Shape Tape Contour one more. It is thicker, so I didn't need to go in with as much of it. It definitely did a really awesome job at brightening. It didn't settle, you know, too nasty into like my fine lines down here. It's still here. It looks pretty good. I like that it has like a yellow undertone to it. I love the applicator that it has like this, you know, large doe foot applicator here. And then as far as the Aquacealer concealer, it definitely has more of a pink, well, I would say like a peach undertone to it. And it's much more watery. So if you want something that's like super lightweight, it's awesome for that. But it is definitely buildable for more coverage if that's what you're looking for as well. I would give this one, I would give like a solid like A-. And I would give this one like a B+. So that's everything for this video. If you want me to review any other foundations or concealers and do like a first impression, then just let me know down below. Thank you guys so much as always for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.